evening, everyone. Thank you for attending the business brief of Student Savior. I'm Karen Huang, and I'm the manager of Student Savior. Today, we would like to make a brief introduction of our company. And this is the outline of today's presentation. First is the introduction of Student Savior by me, and next is the financial status by our CFO Doris. Then is the operation by our COO Johnny, and there will be a demonstration of how to use our product by the other COO Andy. And there was our CMO Amanda will give us a SWOT analysis, and our public relationship officer Millie will give us successful cases and future plan. That will be the conclusion by me. Okay. Now I would like to make a brief introduction of our company. Student Savior was a non-profit company, and it provides a platform for college students. And this platform, the users of this platform can find somebody to help them solve their problems. And those problems are what most college students will encounter, like buying lunch, printing the handouts, or selecting the courses. So, just as our slogan says, Student Savior can save your time, money, and your college life. Okay. Now here's our branding strategies. First, our company provides convenient services, and we allow our users to help each other through our points exchange system. And since our users could use only points to exchange for help, there's no money spending. Also, as a college student ourselves, we know what college students need, so we can make improvement constantly and make our platform better and better. Now, I would like to make a brief introduction of our history. Now, here's the timeline of the big events of Student Savior's history. In 2012, Student Savior was founded, and in 2013, there was a reform in Student Savior. And now, it is a blossom in 2014. Now, I would like to introduce you the founder of Student Savior, Andy. Andy was a student in NCCU who majored in accounting and had graduated in 2012. To be honest, his first-year college life was miserable because of his heavy schoolwork and his terrible time management, and he always don't have time to buy lunch or dinner between the classes, so he is always starving. So, in 2012, the year of graduation, Andy and his friend Johnny decided to do something to help the junior students to prevent them from repeating their mistakes. So they created this platform, Super Student Savior. But the very first, the original platform was actually a One Direction platform, which means the users who receive help through this platform didn't have to give anything in return. So after 1 year, since the original platform is a One Direction system, it don't provide any motives for students to be volunteers to help. So Andy and Johnny decided to make a revolution. So in 2013, they made a reform based on the feedback of the users of Student Savior. And they created a brand new platform, and it applied the point exchange system. And through this system, it provides a motivation for the users to help others. So now, more than 5,000 students have registered in Student Savior, and more than 13% of freshmen in NCCU will register in Student Savior. And both the foreign and local students are our patrons. And now we provide more than 7 kinds of services. And more than 20 companies have collaborated with us. Now let's invite invite our CFO Doris to introduce our financial status.
Hello everyone, my name is Doris Zheng, and I'm the CFO of Student Savior. Now I'm going to tell you about how our company's financial status, about how we raise the fund and how we use the money. First of all, since we do not charge fee from the app's user, how do we get the money to operate this platform? We raise the funds from advertiser. We offer a place on our platform for the shop or stores to pay their advertisement on it. And by this, we can charge fee from them. At the same time, they can still attract more potential customers. We offer two alternatives for the advertisement. The first one, alternative that only present information about the stores, which we charge for $5,000 per month, and all of them will become our income. And for the second alternative, that is, we want to encourage the shop to offer discounts to students. So we charge for $3,500 per month, and only $1,000 of it will become our income. The rest of $2,500 will become the fund for discounts for them. And this is an example of the advertisement of alternative one, which is a coffee shop. Which is a coffee company, and it put the brand image on their advertisement, and we have a $5,000 income from this. And this is what the advertisement looks like. And it is what it looks like on our platform. And for the second example, that there's still another coffee company that choose advertisement for the alternative two, and it offered a $5 discounts for certain products, and then the respondent then for $2,500, and we have an income of $1,000 from this advertisement. And this is what the advertisement looks like, and this is what it looks like on our platform. Second, I want to talk about our expenditure. We have three main categories of expenditure: the app design and development costs, since we ask an apps company to design this platform for us, and we pay them by installment each month. And second, the app maintain operational and administrative expense, since to operate this platform still needs some professional technique, so we ask the same company to do this for us. And the third one is other miscellaneous expense, including some stationery or phone bills, electricity fee, and it's roughly the same each month. So our total cost will become around $18,500 per month. Next is about the profit. The profit is our advertisement income minus all the necessary expenditure. And first, we deposit $10,000 from the profit into an account as a reverse fund instead of, in case of some emergency happens. For example, if our platform was hacked by a hacker, then we might have to design a new one, which costs money. And the rest of the profit we donate into Fubon Traveling Foundation to help those students who have difficulties in paying their tuition. Now here's a real cash flow of our company in September of 2014. And at the month, we have 2 advertisers for alternative 1 and 20 for alternative 2, which brings us a total of 30,000 income. And this is how we use the 30,000 income. As you can see, the biggest segment is the dark blue one, and which have a 35% was a design for platform development. And the smallest one, the purple one, which only have a 5% is our donation, which means that after we pay all the necessary expenditure and reduce files, the 5% of our income is all we have left for the month. And now our CEO Johnny Huang will going to introduce you how the platform really works. Now let's welcome Johnny.
Hi, I'm not Johnny Huang. I'm Johnny Huang. I'm the CEO. And now, after the manager and the CFO have talked about the brief history and how we manage and use our money, now I'm going to talk about the services we provide and what you can get from our platform. So, before talking about the services, basically all the services we provide is based on one concept, which is that we aim to solve your daily problems in student life. Just imagine the following situations. Have you always rushing between classes and complaining not having enough time to buy meals, occupying seats, or even printing handouts? Or have you ever had trouble to doing your homework, or just simply cannot understand what the teacher said in the classes? Or have you ever want to have a chance to practice your foreign languages, not just English, but also Spanish, Japanese, or Korean? Well, all of these problems can be solved through our platforms. So let's talk about the services. Well, the services of our platform can be divided into two divisions. And the first division is the services provided for the local students, which is also our major part services. And for the services provided for the local students, it can be classified into two categories. The first is to save your time. We all know that time is money, so we provide the services to help you to occupy seats, to buy meals, and to printing handouts. And the second category is to help your schoolwork. For example, we provide a tutor system. The tutor system can be either one tutor to one student or one tutor to many students. And all those services above, when you have such kind of demand, you just need to post your need on the platform. And anyone who also registered an account on the platform and willing to help you can contact you, and he or she can become your helper, and your problem will be solved by him or her. And next is the language exchange. And this kind of services we will also provide for the foreign students, and I will talk about it later. So besides all the services above, which is something like a mutual interaction services, we also provide the information, such as the course information and the house renting information. And those kind of services are more like a bulletin, which you can browse them on the platform, and you can browse them whenever you need. And so far, that is the services for the local students. Now let's talk about the services for the foreign students. For the foreign students, our aim is to help them adapt their life in Taiwan. So we help them to solve the problems like house renting, register for bank account, and signing the phone contract. And whenever the foreign students have such kind of need, what they have to do is the same. They just need to post the need on the platform and just wait for someone to contact and become their helper. And about the language exchange, just like for the foreign students and for the local students, all they need to do is to post their need for certain languages and the languages they are good at, and waiting for the opportunity for someone who also have the same needs to cooperate with him or her. So far that's the services we provide for all the students. And you might be curious that since we are a non-profit platform, how we value all the services without using monetary units? Well, we developed a kind of system. It's called a point exchange system, which means that all the services is going under points without instead of money. For example, if today I register an account in our platforms and I help a foreign student to rent a house, and I can get 500 points from his account to my account. And in the future, someday, if I want someone to help me to print handouts, and then I need to give the one who helped me to print the handouts 30 points from my account. So as you can see that every transactions and every activities under this platform is going with the points exchange system without money. So far we've known how we value the services and what kind of services we provide. And you might wonder that, what about if someone who just tend to provide bad services and receive good services from someone? How should we avoid these kind of situations? Well, we have developed a mechanism called the feedback mechanism. And whenever a person who just received the services from the helper, he or she has the right to grade the helper from 1 to 7 stars for each services. And each helper who who have received below 2 stars for more than 10 times of services will be suspended for using the platform for a month. And that's basically what how we operate these platforms. And later, my partner, which is also the COO and leading, will demonstrate to you how to actually use this platform and app.
Hello, my name is Andy. I think after listening to this kind of details about this fabulous system and the functions, you may be wondering how this platform actually works. So today I would like to present you this platform on the smartphone, and later you will know how to use it and experience it. So today my presentation will be divided into 2 parts. Firstly, I would like to introduce you how to register on our app. Later, you will be like the user and you will experience it by under one scenario. And later you will know how to use it and get the best of use it. So let's start our first part. So in this part is a small model on the slides, and it's an iPhone 6. So just you can see, you can find a small icon for our app. It's a student savior app. And just click it, and you have to select the language because we have many users here, and therefore we provide about 10 languages, which are almost the best language here. And we also provide just like Italiano or the simplified Chinese because we have many foreign students in our campus. And later you need to sign up this app, and you can log in with the new account or just combine it with the Facebook account. Assume that you combine with your Facebook account, and with a second, the mobile is loading. And once you see this page, it means that you can access to this app successfully and start to use this app. So it's a web page of the app, and as you can see, there are many items just like the services, the messages, the settings, or the points. But the key point on this page is that you need to choose who you want to be. It means that you can be the helper or the help seeker. It depends on your choices. And as I just mentioned, we also provide another language. So there's an example for the German one and Spanish one. And under all the languages, everything are all the same. So do you have any questions? If not, let's turn to the second part. In this part, you will be like the user, and you have to do something. For example, imagine that if you are late for your class, almost late for class, but you haven't printed out your handouts, how could you do? Don't worry, just download the app and use the app. And once you click on the app, you just need to choose yourself as a help seeker or helper. And then you can see this page. On this page, you will see many services we just provide. So just click on the print handouts and save it, and later you will enjoy our service. But another small point is that we also have this kind of a star. It means that if you are always late for class and you always forget to print your handouts, you can always use this app, and you can mark it, so you can use it very often and save your time to find the services. So just like that, after you click on the services, you can choose which class you want to participate in. And if you are not sure about the class, you can just click on the info icon, and you will show the details about the class. So after you confirm the class, you can click on I want to print on the handouts. And then the data will load in again and try to find the helper you. And just like that, if you are lucky, someone will help you and show up just like this one is Jackson Hu. And if you are lucky, you can get contact with him and write a message to him. But if not, you can also post your needs on our public bulletin, and someone will try to find you later. So assume that you find this person and you want to get help from him, you can try to write a message with him, just like who you are and why you dress like today. And then there's a small tricky part is this one is a rate icon. It means that this one, it's a rate icon. It means that once this person rate, he will show up his rate. Yeah. And after the services, we have the rating system, just like Johnny said. So it will keep our service always in a good standard. And if you like this person, his services, you can add him as a friend and you can follow him later. So you can just ask him all the time for help later. So far we just discussed the help seeker, and this one is the example for helper. So it's a public bulletin and you can find all the helps from others. So to sum up, our system is very user-friendly and it's very easy for you to get. Just open your cell phone and you can download from iPhone or the Google Player. But some of you may be wondering what's the market for this app. So I would like to invite Amanda to analyze it.
Hello everyone, my name is Amanda Zhang, and now I'm going to introduce our market analysis and SWOT analysis for our company. And first, that there are three main parts that were superior to other similar service. First, that we have a lower cost because that we use a virtual platform instead of a physical storefront, and moreover that our services are provided by users themselves, so both of them contribute to a lower cost. And secondly, that because that our founders are students, so they can design the app approach to students' needs in reality. And thirdly, that we are going to fulfill the students' need on time, so the users don't have to worry about that their request will be procrastinated over a day. As for our weakness, because that our services are provided by the users, so the quality of the service is really unstable, and we cannot really know that who is behind this app. And secondly, that we will need some professional engineer to help us to maintain this app. So we will have some cost for maintenance of the app. And after introduce the strengths and weakness, I'm going to introduce the outside opportunities and threats that we will have to face. And first opportunities that because we all know nowadays students in college may have the difficulty to manage their time well. So thus they will have a need to download Super Savior to help them solve these problems. And next, students' preference toward free service and the flow of body programs is also another two opportunities that we can utilize. Although that now school has established a body program system in target to help the foreign students, but in fact we all know that they will have some problems, like somebody they are too busy to take care of them, or their lack of experience to solve some problems. So Super Savior has also a main target is to help these foreign students to solve their problems in their daily life. And finally, the threats we may have to face is that there are so many websites with similar functions like Yahoo Answers. And moreover, nowadays people are aware of their personal privacy than before. So how to protect our users' privacy is an issue we should focus on. And here comes our market analysis. And how to utilize the opportunity by our friends. First, we will ensure our stability of the app. As mentioned above, that we have the friends of Taiwanese, lower cost, and we are approaching to students' needs. But it all depends on the quality of the operation of our app. And also, we will going to cooperate with other schools, not limit within our own school. So we hope that there will be more and more students in other schools. They can also enjoy the convenience of Super Savior. And as for how to overcome our weakness by opportunities, we will provide advertising area for stores nearby, and also will provide information about some student discounts, and we believe that it will increase the number of the users and also the advertisers' willingness to put their ads on our platform. And as for to overcome the threats by our friends, we will connect it with Facebook to attract more students, and also we will emphasize more on the timeliness of our service to make us more different from other service and other platforms. strengthening personal privacy. That means that we won't randomly give out users' cell phone numbers except that the user is willing to do so. And finally, we're going to provide initial points of 1,000 to overcome our weakness and also the threats. Because that at the beginning of the launch of the app, we will have the problems that it's hard to control the quality of the service even by the point system. So the users may be annoying to accept a bad service while they have to waste in their points. So we believe that doing so can stay the user of the student savior and make our service more better. And next, that's me need to introduce some data of super student savior.
Hello, my name is Mei, and I'm Public Relations Officer of Student Savior. I will show you some statistic data we collect from the whole student in NCCU. Here is a first figure. This figure is about the student satisfaction about their lives, and the vertical axis is the student number, and the horizontal axis is the timeline. And you can focus on the blue bar. Blue bar is the student who think their life is wonderful, and also they were our users. You can see that our student number increased rapidly. It can tell us that student savior really provides students more convenient lives. And next figure is about boring users. Those colorful present the boring students from different countries, and you can ignore the winter and summer vacation because all of them will go back to their country. So we can get the upward trend that our foreign user increased. So we have more foreign students join us, and we also can diversify our language exchange. Now let's finish analysis those data. You may feel confused, so we invite two of our users to share their experience to you.
Order others to buy lunch for me, they'll bring to me in course information. After I joined Student Savior, I never get the grade under 95. When you love someone to Taiwan.
And thank you our both our two users. So I believe you may be more interested in us. So you may wonder what is our next plan. In the short term, we want to increase our user in NCCU, and also we want to cooperate with club and department. By doing so, we can search our potential user and reach the first plan, increase our user in NCCU. And in the long term, we want to develop our brand image, make more people know about us, especially our concept that students can help themselves, and expand to other colleges in Taiwan, let more students know about us. And our presentation is going to end the end, but I want to invite our manager to make some conclusion.
So from the introduction of our platform, you can find out that Student Savior is a very useful and helpful platform. and it is getting more and more popularity among college students. So we are planning to spread this platform all over Taiwan. Now this is time for Q&A. If you have any question, please don't hesitate to ask us.
You mentioned that you have provided a service to open the bank account for foreign students,
Yes.
right? But for them, I thought opening a bank account, you need to go there in person, or you can. And how can you think? Why do you think that they will trust you to open a bank account for them? I mean, for the privacy and something.
Basically, we will be the translator. We will just be accompanying with them to go into the bank, and then we will translate from their mother language to Chinese. So it will not be a problem for the privacy because we will not interview their privacy.
So you're just like accompanying them instead of going to open an account for them, right?
Yeah, we will not just directly open an account for them.
I think your apps work, but I have a question about the app working because you say you serve for many foreigners, right?
Yes.
And then they job seeker to find a helper, right? And connect the seeker and helper and let them to chat. But how do you let them? Can you translate what they want, what they need to help to the helper?
You mean different languages?
Yeah.
Just like the website of the NCCU. The foreign students, when they will show the English version. And when the local students they use, it will show the Chinese version. So, yeah.
I mean, they chat when they are chatting. How to make that them can come free and see.
The system will translate for it.
But some translator like Google, the translator is not really translated well. So how to improve this question?
To be honest, I think normally students will study English maybe because they know that most students in Taiwan cannot speak just like Spanish or Italian, so they will just try to communicate with each other in English. But because in the profile you will know the nationality of the student, so you will know which language you will use. Yeah, it's okay for you.
So those foreigners might be the.
I think foreigners could be help each others. You know.
They might be the minority in this app, right?
But I think as a foreign student who comes to NCCU, most of them definitely can speak English. So there is no problem for languages, I think. I think the key point for us to make the language for them is that they don't really have to worry about the inconvenience for them to get used to the new app. Over time.
I think a lot of your service can be replaced by some bigger apps like Facebook, Instagram, or Weibo because you just provide some connection between the student, but you just beginning. But the Facebook have some accounts. So if I can post like in the NCCU Joyo and say I want someone to print that, I will give you a couple of 50 万. I think he can replace the service than the app, and you have to promote your app to let the student to download. But I think most of the students have Facebook. So if some days Facebook provides some service that will replace you, because they have more accounts, more data, a lot of things that can replace. So how can you change the habits of a student?
first about the NCCU 交流版. We all know that there are so many information for each day. So it will be very easy that you cannot find the post which you just write.
But they have a lot of accounts. So if you at the beginning you just have 10 or 100 users, and the user said, I want someone to print my note, but they're just 100 or 10. So no one will do these things for you, and the service that you provide is fail. But if I post and the NCCU 交流版, and I say I want someone to print my notes, and I will get $100. I think there are $1,000 in this club, so they have the more advantage to you to catch this business.
But the quality, they cannot be sure about the quality they ask for. We maintain our
But
quality.
it's just like the connect between people and people. So no matter what you provide, you know.
I think in our case, we don't really want you to spend your money. So the reason why we would like to build this platform. You can just collect by yourself. You don't have to spend money on this kind of printing something. Yeah. So would you like to print like your handouts with $190 if you are still in rush? Or you can just use our app to just print something out. But you can use the points, you know?
But
yeah.
point is fake. Money is real. So if you get the real thing to replace the fake things, it would be more attractive.
I know your point, but I mean, we don't want you to spend the money because students are always like economical, so they don't really they want to save money and save time. And if we have this platform, you just have to collect these points and earn this point by yourself, and you can use these points to help yourself again or others. So it's just like an exchange. We don't really want to use the real money. So maybe you want to use the money on Facebook. Maybe it could work, but it's not our point.
Yes.
Any other tips?
Here comes a scenario is that you said that you can get 1,000 points initially.
Yeah.
And then what if everyone just wanted to be seeker, not helper?
We have discussed that at the beginning I will provide a platform about some information about the class choosing. And that what we discussed is that as our business is stable and the students won't have to spend the points to read those articles, but we think that at first to push those students to spend out their points to others, then we will have to charge those points back. If you want to see an important information about the class choosing, then you still need to give some points to the author of the article.
I think this is a really great idea. Actually, I once had an interview with a startup company who is actually doing this, but I don't know the detail because I didn't go to this company for internship. So I'm curious about why do you just position yourself as a non-profit company?
Because our main idea is to create a space for students to help each other and solve each other's problems. So we are not, so at first, at the very first beginning, we are not tend to earn monies. We are just want to create a space for students to solve their problems. Yes.
So you're not going to charge any money from students
Yes.
in the future?
Yeah.
So how do you run your company?
Just as the CFO said, we have the advertisement, and we can earn money from that.
So that's
Yeah.
still called a non-profit company.
Yeah.
Like there are many non-profit organizations in, like you can see that, but although even that there are non-profit organizations, they still need money to run the basic, like even in that kind of institution, they still need to hire some staff that they still have salary, but the salary is low. Yes. Yeah.
Okay. So
But-
have you ever think about expanding your app's function, like turning it into a mating app or something for the campus?
We think maybe it's too complicated for us because it would be not the good idea. Just like now, we don't want to turn to like the social app. So maybe currently we are not going to do that. But maybe in the future we will get some feedback from students and we will develop our app again and update. If there are any questions or
Any others? I have a question about
Okay.
the number of the starting points. So I mean, how did you decide on the number of the starting points? Why is it 1,000? Could it be like 1,001?
It's the average of each service that needed a point.
we have the probation period, just like we will collect about, we have many services and we will average all of them. And at first, all users can only use one of them. And no, all users can use all of them, but just once. And later, if they want to use again, they have to do the same services to others, to help others or be the help seeker. Yeah. So it's average at the beginning.
So you did some calculation and to decide on the number
Yeah.
of 1,000. I think my second question would be like, so is it possible that one person can apply for multiple accounts? I mean, maybe I can apply for 5 accounts, I will get 5,000 points.
Because that at first we'll target the students in NCCU, and maybe we'll ask them to like give their student ID, so it won't be possible that a student have 2 student IDs.
Can I use someone else's student ID?
At the beginning, you have 1,000 accounts, but you still have to earn it in 3 months, earn the 1,000 points in 3 months. So you still have to do something in replace of the points, just because in the beginning you don't have any points and you can't get any service from it. So we give the bonus to you.
But I'm just curious about this information security. I mean, can I use someone else's student ID and then you apply
But
for?
there won't be so many people that are willing to become there won't be so many people you are really want that your student ID be borrowed by your friends. Like the number will be so large.
So I mean, so is there a way that you can guarantee information security of the applicants?
We cannot 100% guarantee, and we will continue developing the way of information security. Yeah.
Any others? Maybe one last question or comment?
So have you think about how to prevent someone from seeking for help to take the test, take the exam for others, or some illegal things?
I think it depends on the helper. If he knows that someone would like to do something illegally, maybe he has to refuse it. It's
So
not.
what if someone through this app, they found that this happens is because your app provide the service, and then they are like the school will find you and.
I think that depends on the personal idea, because there are many students that they use cell phone to cheat in the test, but we won't blame that it's the phone's fault, right?
Okay, then thank you very much. That's good.